My wife leaned back, folding her arms. Did you really think I would stay faithful? The room erupted in laughter. I didn't argue. I didn't react. I just walked away, and now? 45 missed calls. I was driving home from work when my phone buzzed with a message from an unknown number. Hi, your wife is cheating on you. I'm sorry, but you need to know about it. I laughed a little, shaking my head. Someone must be messing with me. Maybe her jealous ex, or maybe just a prank. Megan and I were solid, at least I thought so. I almost ignored it, but then another message came. A photo. I felt my stomach drop. It was Megan. No doubt about it. Her long blonde hair, the dress I bought her last month. And she wasn't alone. Her ex-boyfriend, Evan, had his arms around her, whispering in her ear. She was laughing, leaning against him in a way that made me realize this wasn't just a friendly reunion. I stopped, gripping the steering wheel so tightly that my knuckles turned white. My heart was pounding and my head was spinning. It couldn't be true. Megan wasn't home when I arrived. I sat in the living room, staring at the walls, trying to come to my senses. Maybe there was some explanation for this. Maybe it was some kind of misunderstanding. But deep down I already knew. When she walked in, she was all smiles, knowing absolutely nothing. She put her bag on the counter and started telling me about her day. I didn't say a word. Finally, I asked her to sit down. She frowned but did as I asked. I opened the photo on my phone and put it on the table in front of her. Her expression did not change. She didn't panic, didn't try to deny it. Instead, she leaned back, folded her arms, and looked me straight in the eye. Did you really think I would stay faithful? The room erupted in laughter. I hadn't noticed them before. Her friends were sitting in the corner, drinks in hand, all looking at me as if it were some kind of joke. I didn't argue. I didn't react. I just walked away. I went straight to the hotel. Not bothering to pack a bag, not bothering to check my phone. I just needed to be anywhere but there. Lying on the bed, I looked up at the ceiling, and that moment replayed in my head over and over again. Her words, her smile, her laugh. It wasn't just the betrayal, it was how little she cared about me, how she wanted me to feel stupid for trusting her. At some point I checked my phone. 45 missed calls. All from Megan. The messages were even worse. Where are you? We need to talk. Come home. Don't be so dramatic. Seriously, Noah, this is not serious. Pick up the phone right now. Then a change. I'm sorry, okay? Let's just talk. You're overreacting, it was just a mistake. You promised to love me no matter what. I threw the phone on the nightstand. No way in hell. That night I made a decision. If she wants to treat me like a disposable thing, I will show her how quickly she can lose everything. The next morning I called my lawyer. First of all, I told him to sell the house, my house. Megan had never invested a penny in it. Then I asked him to cancel her credit cards. And the car? Was mine too. A gift, of course, but still legally in my name. I told him to take care of that too. By noon, Megan called again. This time she was not just angry, she was panicked. What the hell have you done? My card was blocked at lunchtime. My car is gone. Where is my car? Noah, call me right now. I ignored her. That evening, when I was returning to the hotel after work, I saw her. She was sitting on the street with her arms around herself, waiting. As soon as she spotted me, she ran up, her face red and stained with tears. You can't do this to me, she said. I just looked at her. You betrayed me, I said. Now go back to your ex. She shook her head. It was only a few times. It was nothing serious. It was a mistake, I was just nostalgic. Then keep being nostalgic, I said. You're out of luck. I walked past her to the hotel and told the security guard not to follow me. That evening she sent several more messages begging me not to. But I had already made my decision. The next few days were quiet. Too quiet. Megan stopped calling as often, and for a moment I thought maybe she had moved on. But then our mutual friends started getting in touch. Dude, Megan's in trouble, my friend Jake wrote. I didn't reply. Then another message came. She's spending the night at Emily's. No money, no car. She's drinking a lot. I stared at the phone, not knowing what to feel. This was the same woman who had laughed in my face a few days ago. The same woman who had betrayed me without any hesitation. I wasn't going to let the guilt creep in. She had made her choice. That evening as I was leaving work, I saw her again. She was standing at the entrance to the hotel, her hair disheveled, her makeup smeared. She looked like she hadn't slept in days. She grabbed my arm as I walked by. Noah, please. I messed up, okay? But I love you. I pulled my hand away. You don't love me. You love the life I gave you. Tears appeared in her eyes. I have nothing, Noah. I have nowhere to go. No one wants me anymore. I almost felt sick. Almost. Not my problem, I said and went inside. That night I blocked her number. Blocking her number gave me peace of mind for a while. No more desperate calls, no more manipulative messages. I could finally breathe a sigh of relief. A week later, I received an email from an address I didn't recognize. The subject line: "Please just read this." I almost deleted it, but my curiosity got the better of me. It was an email from Evan, her ex-boyfriend, the guy she cheated with. "Noah, I know you probably hate me and I don't blame you, but I need to tell you something. Megan has been calling me nonstop. She shows up at my house drunk, crying, begging me to take her in. I want nothing to do with her. Whatever she tells you about us, believe me, she means nothing to me. She's obsessed, man. You have to be careful. She's talking some shit. I'm just warning you." I read the letter twice to let it sink in. Megan had nowhere else to go. Even the guy she had ruined our marriage for didn't want her. And now she was talking shit? I wasn't sure if Evan was trying to warn me or just clear his conscience. But either way, I had no intention of interfering. Megan was no longer my responsibility. That night, I double-checked that my hotel room was secure. Something about the whole thing was bothering me. A few days passed and I started to feel like maybe this whole thing was finally over. Megan had burned every bridge she had. She wasn't my problem anymore. Then one night, I came back to the hotel late after grabbing dinner. As I walked toward my room, I noticed something strange. My door was slightly open. My stomach dropped. I was sure I had locked it. I pushed the door open slowly, my heart pounding. The room was dark, but I could see a figure sitting on the edge of the bed. Megan. She looked terrible, hair a mess, mascara streaked down her face. And in her hand? A half-empty bottle of vodka. "How did you get in here?" I asked, my voice cold. She let out a bitter laugh. "You never changed the passcode. Same one we used at home." I clenched my jaw. "Stupid mistake. You need to leave," I said. She shook her head, tears streaming down her face. "Noah, please. Just listen to me. I can't do this without you. I screwed up, I know that. But we were good together. You loved me. I know you did." I exhaled, keeping my voice steady. "I did. Until you laughed in my face." She flinched, but I didn't care. "You didn't just cheat, Megan. You humiliated me. You never even tried to deny it. And now that you've lost everything, suddenly you love me again?" She grabbed my hand, her grip weak. "I was stupid. I thought I wanted something else. But I don't. I need you." I pulled away. "No, you need what I gave you. But that's gone. We're done." She stared at me for a long moment, then something in her expression changed. The desperation faded, replaced with something colder. "You'll regret this," she whispered. I didn't react. I just picked up my phone and called the front desk. "Yeah, I need security in my room. Now." Megan's eyes widened, but she didn't fight it. She just stood up, grabbed her bottle, and walked out without another word. That was the last time I ever saw her in person. Or so I thought. Everything was quiet for a while. Too quiet. Megan was gone, her room was locked, and I finally started to feel normal again. I moved out of the hotel and into an apartment closer to work, got back to my normal life, and even started thinking about dating again. Suddenly, out of nowhere, I received a call from an unknown number. I switched it to voicemail. A minute later, a message appeared. "You need to talk to me. It's important." I ignored it. Then another. "Noah, I'm serious. You don't want to do this." I blocked the number. An hour later, my boss called me into his office. He didn't look happy. "Do you want to tell me why I'm getting letters accusing you of fraud?" I blinked. "What?" He turned his monitor around. There was a long letter on the screen from someone claiming that I had stolen money from the company, evaded taxes, and even committed identity fraud. The letter was full of ridiculous accusations, and they were all sent from an anonymous email address. I didn't even have to ask. I knew exactly who it was. Megan. I spent the next hour proving to HR that every single accusation was baseless. Thankfully, they didn't take it seriously, but the fact that she was still trying to ruin my life? That was the last straw. I made one last call to my lawyer. "Megan is trying to slander me," I told him. "Is there anything we can do about it?" "Absolutely," he replied. "Let me handle it." The next day, Megan received a cease and desist letter, legally warning her that if she continued to make false statements, she would face a lawsuit for defamation. I never heard from her again. At least not directly. After the cease and desist, Megan completely disappeared from my life. No calls, no emails, no sudden appearances at my apartment. For the first time in weeks, I felt free. Then one evening Jake sent me a link to a GoFundMe page. Dude, you have to see this. I clicked on it and there she was. Megan's face, front and center, sad and desperate. And the headline? Starting over after a toxic relationship, broken heart, please help. I felt my blood freeze in my veins. She had written this long dramatic story about how she had escaped a toxic and controlling marriage, how she was left with nothing after years of emotional abuse, and how she just needed a little help from kind strangers to rebuild her life. And the worst part? People actually donated money. In 2 days she raised over $3,000. I couldn't believe it. How pathetic she was to stoop to that. I had no doubt that she just loves money and that's it. I sat and looked at the screen wondering if I should do something. I could leave a comment that would expose her lies. I could report the page. I could have contacted GoFundMe with proof that everything she was saying was fake. But in the end, I did nothing. Not because I was scared, but because I realized something. What was it? It was Megan's life. Lying, manipulating, deceiving people to survive. She had burned every real relationship she had, and now she was begging for money from strangers. I didn't need revenge. She had already lost. I closed the page, turned off my phone, and went to bed. For the first time in a long time, I slept peacefully.